Hey guys, Chris, strat-o-matic, Delaware, and we are going to start here in about a minute and a half. Let a couple people wander into the chat. So we will give it a couple of secs before we get going. Been busy today on International Tabletop Day. Very busy today. Well, let's go ahead and go over the other games we've played so far today. We played 4 games in Basic this afternoon. Game 1, the 1911 Philadelphia Athletics hosted the 1927 New York Yankees, beat them in 10 innings, 10-9. Second game, the 1969 Baltimore Orioles went to Fenway and they beat the 1975 Boston Red Sox 7-4. The third Basic game earlier this afternoon, the Gas House Gang, the Cardinals went to Ebbets Field, and the 1953 Brooklyn Dodgers beat them 4-3. The fourth game we played was in Three Rivers Stadium. 1969 New York Mets, 1971 Pittsburgh Pirates, and the Pirates lost to the Mets in that one 5-4. And the game we just played, a matchup between Nolan Ryan and Roger Clemens, and the Texas Rangers of 1991 beat the Red Sox of the same season by a score of 2-1. Ryan struck out 10, walked 4, gave up a hit and a run. It was unearned, went 8 2/3 for the win. And we are celebrating 2018 International Tabletop Day here on Strat-o-matic, Delaware by playing tabletop board games. Imagine. The sixth game is between the 1991 Baltimore Orioles and the 1991 Kansas City Royals. This game was played on July 18th of 1991. I attended the game, so I thought I would try to recreate it using the same lineups that the teams used that day out in Kansas City. We sat about 4 rows up from the fence, about right hard alongside the bullpen out there. So I remember it like it was yesterday, and it was 27 years ago. However, we shall see what happens. Again, the Orioles are going to Royal Stadium to take on the Royals. Let's go over to lineups and let's play some baseball. What say? I'd like to welcome those who are watching and those who are watching this video later. Thank you very much for spending a little of your evening with me. If you would like, hop in the chat, introduce yourself, and let's get this going. Defensively for the Royals, at first base, we have Todd Benzinger. Second base is going to be fielded by Terry Shumpert. Dave Howard is shortstop. Third base is going to be Bill Pecota. Out in the outfield, Kirk Gibson in left. That's right, Kirk Gibson. Gary Thurman, straightaway center. Out and right, Danny Tartable. Catcher is going to be Tim Spare. And on the hill, starting for the Royals, Brett Saberhagen. Also in the lineup is going to be George Brett as designated hitter. For the Orioles, leadoff batter, center field, Mike Devereaux. Batting second, left fielder, Brady Anderson. Shortstop, Cal Ripken, batting third. Sam Horn batting fourth. He's a designated hitter. Batting fifth is Randy Milligan. He'll be on first. Chito Martinez, the right fielder for this game, in the sixth slot. Leo Gomez on the hot corner, batting seventh. Bob Melvin, backstop, batting eighth. Juan Bell, batting ninth, playing second base. And on the hill, starting for the Orioles, Bob Milacki. So without any further ado, let's do. Brett Saberhagen is set to go here. And here comes the first pitch to Mike Devereaux, 5-10. That will be a ballpark factor single shot. 1 through 10, gets it. Base hit for Devereaux. On first, Saberhagen and Spare make a -3 holding duo, so they're not going to hold Devereaux. He's not going to try and steal, I don't think. Brady Anderson is a real good bunter. and 230. I thought he was only 230 that year. He's going to lay down that bunt. Oh, nothing on the D20. Infield in, so he is an A bunter. Drops him to a B. Rolled a 7, and that is going to be a sacrifice. He is going to get Devereaux to second. Back to the box. Saberhagen gets it over to Benzinger. I'm sorry, to second baseman Schumpert covering on the play. So 1-4 sack. Bunt laid down by Anderson. Devereaux to second, 1 out. Brings up Cal Ripken. Nothing on the D20. 5-6. That's a strikeout. Saberhagen catches Ripken swinging at the knee cheese. 2 away. Sam Horn. Nothing on the D20. Here comes the pitch. That is a 3-7 against a right-handed pitcher. Strikeout. So Saberhagen whiffs 2 in the top of the first. Orioles score no runs. We go to the bottom of the inning. Due up Kirk Gibson, Gary Thurman, and George Brett. Bob Milacki on the hill for the Orioles. Kirk Gibson hit that fantastic home run in the World Series 3 years earlier against the A's. Vince Scully called it. I love watching the video of that. I actually watched it live. Gibson. 1-6. Milacki's a righty. Triple over a fly to right. That is a triple. The 1. Gibson gets the 3-bagger to start things off for the Royals. Kirk Gibson. On third, Gary Thurman at the plate. Orioles are not coming infield in at this point in the game. Way too early. 4-7. Thurman. Ground ball hard to second base. That'll be a defensive check on Juan Bell. 4-7, 23-15. G3, no error. Man on third. Runner advances. So Thurman is out going to first. However, he does score Gibson, and the Royals go up 1-0 here in the bottom of the first inning. Dan Douglas, how is it going? Glad you can make it. Yep, Sam Little Bighorn. Glad you could make it to the chat, man. How is it going this evening? So the Royals jump out on top, 1-0. 1 out. Bottom of the first, George Brett facing Bob Milacki. Bases are clear. 1-6. Fly ball to right field. Underneath that is Cheeto Martinez. He makes the catch. That is 2 away. Danny Tartable comes to the plate. 6-7. Hard ground ball hit to Juan Bell at second base. He gets it over to Milligan for out number 3. But the Royals strike first. 1-0. We go to the top of the second. Brett Saberhagen back out on the mound. Due up Randy Milligan, Cheeto Martinez, and Leo Gomez. I am well, Dan Douglas. I really hope everything is well with you, man. I do. But yes, everything is good, and I appreciate that. All righty, here we go. Randy Milligan facing Brett Saberhagen. 5-9. Strikeout. Saberhagen's third in a row, third of the evening. Cheeto Martinez. 6-10. That'll be a hard ground ball hit to short. Defensive check for Howard. 2-16, 31-11. G1. No error. Over to Todd Benzinger for out number 2. Brings us to Leo Gomez, third baseman for the Orioles. Saberhagen with the pitch. 5-7 strikeout. Saberhagen's fourth in the first 2 innings. Setting a torrid pace he is. Al, how is it going? Welcome to the chat. Al, Red Sox fan. Fantastic channel, everybody. Check him out. A lot of sports simulations on the PC. Football, baseball primarily. He's got some other stuff going on. A lot of the baseball stuff centered about his beloved Red Sox. So check out Al, Red Sox fan. Fantastic channel. Great friend of this channel. Al, I hope everything's finding you well. Red Sox didn't do so hot today. They lost the last game too, but it was a good one. Oh, man. I ain't going to spoil it. I'm sorry. I think I played them well, but it was a close one. It was a very close game. You're going to have to watch it. All right, enough catching up. Bob Milacki, top of the second, facing Todd Benzinger, first baseman, fifth in the order. For the Royals, 6-9. He's batting left-handed. That will be a hard ground ball hit to second base. That's going to be fielded by Juan Bell over to Randy Milligan. That's out number 1. Bill Pacoda, third baseman, facing Milacki. 4-9. Skinny single over a line out to third. Hard liner. Gomez gets his glove on it. That is out number 2. Tim Spare, catcher. Here is the pitch from Milacki, 3-12, and he hits a hard liner at Bell. Bell snags it, saves the base hit. 1-2-3 go the Royals. 1-0 Kansas City. We go to the top of the third. Saberhagen back on the mound for the Royals. Due up number 8, number 9, number 1. Bob Melvin, Juan Bell back to the top for Mike Devereaux. Saberhagen, the pitch to Melvin, 5-4. That's a triple over a double. 2-bagger for the catcher. Melvin stands on second. Juan Bell is up now. Bell is a good bunter. He's a B. We're doing the small ball. He's only about a he's below the Mendoza line, 172. Yeah, we're gonna bunt. Infield in. Everyone knows it. Nothing on the D20. He's now a C bunter with a 4. And he has a chance to outrun it. His speed is 115. He does not beat it out. That's okay. So 4. That's going to be a 3-4 sack. And that's going to move Melvin down to third. The throw from Benzinger to Schumpert covering, just barely beating. So Mike Devereaux comes up 1 out, man on third. Kansas City Royals have a 1-0 lead. And they are not going to hit in. They're not going infield in. They're going to pitch to Devereaux as it is. Nothing on the D20. Here it comes from Saberhagen, 6-4, catcher card X. So that's a defensive check on Tim Spare. 3-10, 6-8. F. No error. Man on third. Where's PF? There it is. Runners on base. Pitch gets past the catcher for a passed ball if it's 1 through 7. It is a passed ball. Play resumes with the same batter at the plate. Passed ball by Spare. Scores Bob Melvin. 1-1 is your score. Devereaux at the bat, 1 away. Top of the third, 5-3 on Saberhagen's card. Single, that's a ballpark shot. Needs a 1 through 10. Does not get it. Hard liner to short. 2 away. Brady Anderson at the plate. 5-10. That's a ballpark factor possibility. 1 through 10. Nope. Hard liner to second. Out number 3. Orioles tied up. We go to the bottom of the third. Due up for the Royals. Schumpert, Howard, back to the top for Kirk Gibson. Milacki on the hill for the Orioles. Terry Schumpert, 8th in the order, second baseman. 3-8, and that'll be a hard ground ball hit to third. Leo Gomez scoops it up, gets it over to Milligan for out number 1. Dave Howard, shortstop, bottom of the order, 4-2, batting left-handed. Ground ball back to the box. Milacki fields it on the high hop, gets it over to Milligan. 2 away. Kirk Gibson tripled his last time up and scored. Bob Milacki, 5-7. That's going to be a strikeout. His first of the evening. Out number 3. No runs for the Royals. 1-1 is your tie ball game. We go to the top of the 4th inning. Due up, Cal Ripken, Sam Horn, and Randy Milligan against Brett Saberhagen for the Royals. Cal Ripken set to go, leading off top of the 4th. 4-4. That'll be a hard ground ball hit to third. Defensive check for Bill Pacoda. So that's a 3-4. 8-11. That's going to get through for a single. No errors. So Cal Ripken with a base hit to lead things off here in the top of the fourth. Sam Horn comes to the plate. Nothing on the D20. 4-4. Hard ground ball hit to Pacoda at third again. 320, 813. That's going to be much better. G1. No errors. Runner on first. That's going to double Ripken up at second. Double play. 5, 4, 3, 2 outs. Brings up Randy Milligan. Don't need to roll that. Saberhagen with the pitch. 2-7. And Milligan draws a walk to extend the inning. Chito Martinez comes up to the plate. Nothing on the D20. 2 outs. Nothing fancy. 4-5. Strikeout. Saberhagen with his 5th. None across for the Orioles. 1 hit, no runs, 1 hit, no errors, 2 left on, 1 left on. Sorry, the double play removed 1. Go to the bottom of the fourth. Bob Milacki on the hill for Baltimore, facing 2-3-4. Gary Thurman, George Brett, and Danny Tartable. Brady hit 50. I know he had a big year like in 93 or something, the same year that Cal. Brady hit 50? If he did, he was juiced. He was fast. He was fleet of foot. But if he hit, Dan Douglas says 50? If he did, he was juiced. I don't recall 50. He might have had. Help from his friend, the little pill. All right, here we go. We get away from that kind of talk. Gary Thurman facing Bob Milacki. Bottom of the fourth. 5-4. That'll be a ballpark shot for a single. And it's a base hit for Thurman. Needed 1 through 10 for Royal Stadium. He's a threat to steal. They're going to put the hold on him. So that's going to be 16-10. He's going to try. He needs 2 through 6 to get a lead. Does not get it. No good lead. George Brett is set to go. Nothing on the D20. The pitch from Milacki. I dropped the white die. One moment. Let me grab it back up. We'll re-roll. Silly dice. I keep backups on hand. That one went all the way to the wall underneath the desk. I ain't even trying to get to it. Here we go. Brett. Foul tipped one away. So here it is. The next pitch. 5-7. Strikeout. Milacki gets him. That is one away. 96. Hit 50. Holy wow. I mean, Cal jumping up to 32 in 1993. That was his big year. Brady hit 50. Wow. Okie dokie. Here we go. Back to the game. Stop distracting me with stuff. All right. Bottom of the fourth. Danny Tartable is up. Bob Milacki on the hill. Gary Thurman on first. Nothing on the D12. Possible on the D20. Possible passed ball on spare 1 through 8. Nope. Here comes the pitch to Tartable. 6-4. Fly ball to center field. That'll be a defensive check for Mike Devereaux. 2-5. 3-8. F2. No errors. Fly out. 2 away. Brings us to first baseman Todd Benzinger. Alrighty. Nothing on the D20. 2-7 against Milacki. That's a strikeout for Milacki. Milacki's third of the game. Third in the last 5 batters. So he's starting to get into a groove here in the middle innings. A lot of pitchers duels, it seems, in this series today. Tied at 1. We go to the top of the 5th. Brett Saberhagen. Let's see if we can roll through some baseball here. Leo Gomez leading off to be followed by Bob Melvin and Juan Bell. 5-11. Ground ball back to the box. That's going to be on Saberhagen. 2, 16, 15, 11. That's a G1. And a 1 base error. Gomez makes it. Boffo on Saberhagen. Gomez is on, not a threat to steal. Bob Melvin comes up. No outs, top of the 5th. Nothing on the D20. Here is the pitch from Saberhagen. 5-7 strikeout. Saberhagen is stacking them up. That is 6 so far in this game. 1 away. Juan Bell comes to the plate. He's a B bunter. Infield in. He's going to lay down the bunt. 3, that's a good one. He's a C, that's a sacrifice. So we'll call that a play by Benzinger to Schumpert. 3-4 sack. Gets Gomez to second. 2 outs. Brings us to the top of the order. Mike Devereaux facing Brett Saberhagen. D20's clear. 4-12. Fly ball to center field. Back. Racing back towards the thingy out there in center field. The porch. Schumpert. Thurman makes the catch. Gary Thurman. It's been so long, I don't even remember what it looked like. However, that is out number 3. Orioles score nothing. We are scoreless after 4.5. The game is official now. We go to Bob Milacki on the hill, facing 6, 7, 8. Bill Pacoda, Tim Spare, Terry Schumpert. Pacoda, 5-5 grounder to Cal Ripken, and he's a good one. 1-1. Gee, glad he's a 1. 12-13. That is G3 and no error. Over to Milligan, out number 1. Tim Spare, catcher, line to short to second his last time up. Milacki with a pitch. 6-11 grounder to first. Randy Milligan's got a defensive check. 3-6, 16-7. That will be G3 and no error. He's able to get to first before Spear. 2 away. Terry Schumpert. Milacki with the pitch. 1-6. Hard ground ball to third base. Gomez scoops it up, gets it over to Milligan for out number 3. And we are tied at 1 after 5. All righty. Al, am I reading you right? You found your strat game from 1983. You found a strat game. Did I read you right on that? Because that would be awesome. Found his strat game. Al, Red Sox fan, did you find your strat game? Inquiring minds want to know. All right, here we go. Top of the 6th. Brady Anderson leading off number 2, followed by Ripken and Horn in this inning. Here we go. 6-9. Batting lefty and strikeout. Saberhagen is rolling through the Orioles. Awesome, Al. Fantastic, dude. That's great. Oh, man. So you've got the Cardinals and Brewers. That would be a good one. Out Cecil Cooper, Larry Heil, Ozzie Smith, Bruce Suter, Ken Oberkfell, Tommy Hare, all those guys. Fantastic, man. 1 away, Cal Ripken, 5-7. And that's going to be a strikeout. Saberhagen is just mowing through the Orioles lineup. Sam Horn, 2 outs, top of the 6th, 3-8, draws a walk to extend the inning. Anthony Cruz, how is it going, friend? Glad you could make it in here. I don't know if you were in above, but I see you now. Glad you could make it for Game 6 here. Randy Milligan now, 2 outs, man on first, top of the 6th, tie ball game. Brett Saberhagen would like to get out of this inning and move on. D20's clean, 2-6, and he catches Milligan striking out. That is all 3 by way of the whiff in the top of the 6th. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 strikeouts for Saberhagen in 6 innings. That's half the outs by way of K. Yeah, this episode is brought to you by the letter K. I'm going to have to remember that one. The crap that comes out of my head. Bob Milacki facing Dave Howard, Kirk Gibson, and Gary Thurman. Howard is up 3-5, and that's a single to right. Falls in front of Cheeto Martinez. Second base, third base hit given up by Milacki in this game. He hasn't been striking him out, but he has been keeping him at bay. Kirk Gibson now facing Bob Milacki. Nothing on the D20. 1-7. That's a double on top of a fly to right. That's a fly ball to right field. Out number 1. Gary Thurman now to face Bob Milacki. Here comes the pitch. 4-9. Skinny single on top of a line out to third base. Leo Gomez all over that one. That's 2 out. George Brett now at the plate. D20 is clean. It was a 13. 3-4. And a hard ground ball hit to third. Gomez fields it cleanly, gets it over to Randy Milligan for out number 3. We are right at 1 after 6. The Seaver. Yeah, wasn't that awesome, Anthony Cruz? The Seaver Blast game, the Mets and the Pirates. I mean, that went to the very end, and it was not decided until the final at bat. It was all the way. Could have gone either way. It was a great game. Very enjoyable. Top of the 7th, 1-1. Your ball game here in Kansas City. Cheeto Martinez leading off. He'll be followed by Gomez and Melvin in this inning. Brett Saberhagen with the pitch. 1-4 ballpark factor, 1 through 10. Nope, hard liner to second. Out number 1. Saberhagen with 9 strikeouts so far tonight, facing Leo Gomez. 4-7, and that'll be a hard ground ball hit to second. Defensive check on Terry Shumpert. 215, 21-12, G1. No errors. Over to Benzinger for out number 2. And Bob Melvin facing Saberhagen. 2-6, and that's a homer on top of a fly ball to left. No, it does not make it over. Kirk Gibson at the wall hauls it in. So after 6.5, it is 1-1. We go to the bottom of the 7th at the old ball game. Milacki still on the hill. He has passed his point for worrying about fatigue, but he's doing well. He's going to keep pitching here in the 7th anyway. Danny Tartable, 5-7. Strikeout. Bob Milacki having a very good game. Todd Benzinger comes up. 3-3. That's going to be a hard ground ball hit to Cal Ripken. He gets it on the run and throws across his body back over to Milligan. Beats Benzinger by a couple of steps. That's out number 2. Great play out there by Cal. Bill Pacoda at the plate. Milacki with the pitch. 5-8. Double over a single, and that's a double. Bill Pacoda with the 2-bagger. Keeps it alive, and he's in scoring position. Catcher Tim Spare comes up. Nothing on the D20. 4-11. Ballpark factor for a single. 5. That's a base hit. That'll advance Pacoda to third. Man at the corners, 2 outs. Terry Shumpert, 9th in the order, or 8th in the order, rather. Second baseman comes up. And Milacki is going to pitch to him. Nothing on the D20. Here's the pitch. 1-9. Fly ball deep to left field. Back goes Brady Anderson near the foul line. Makes the catch. Out number 3. Score is tied at 1 after 7 innings. We go to the top of the 8th. Brett Saberhagen to face Juan Bell, bottom of the order, then back to the top for Mike Devereaux and Brady Anderson. Juan Bell, here comes the pitch. 2-5. Strikeout Saberhagen. And he is just pulling a Sherman through these guys. This episode brought to you by the letter K. Mike Devereaux. 3-2. Hard ground ball hit to second base. Shumpert fields it. He gets it over to Benzinger for out number 2. Brady Anderson comes to the plate. Saberhagen with the pitch. 6-9. And that's another strikeout. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 for Saberhagen after 8 innings. We know who the player of the game is if the Royals win. Okay, we're going to have a pitching change for Baltimore. Bob Milacki is going to come out. He went the distance in real life, but he's going to come out. We're going to bring in... Oh. Yeah. Yeah. But we're going to bring in Todd Froworth. Now we're going to bring in Greg Olson. We'll bring in Greg Olson. He does not hold runners at all. Right there, Olson's going to come in and face Howard. Bottom of the 8th, tied at 1. Due up for the Royals, Dave Howard, shortstop, bottom of the order. Back to the top for Kirk Gibson and Gary Thurman. Olson with the pitch, 4-7 against a left-handed batting Howard. That's a strikeout. Kirk Gibson, 4-8. That's a single. Ball's in front of Devereaux. Gibson is on base. They're going to put the hold on Gibson, and Gibson is going to try and steal second. So the hold would be +3, +1. 21 and 13. He needs a 3 through 5. 5. That he has stolen second automatically. Because Olson cannot hold base runners. Gibson on second. 1 out. Gary Thurman facing Greg Olson. Possible wild pitch. I never wrote Olson's down. Give me one moment, please. Hopefully this won't take long to bring up on the old cell phone here. The strat-o-matic card viewer app. If you find yourself in a rough spot, comes in very handy to get yourself through a portion of the game. And let's see. Let's browse. 1991 Baltimore. Greg Olson. Find him on the drop down. Go over here. He has got a balk of 4. Wild pitch of 20. So since he has a wild pitch of 20, he just threw a wild pitch and Gibson made it to third. Crap. Stupid card viewer app. I make the Orioles lose. I blame strat-o-matic. No, not really. You guys are still awesome. Wild pitch by Olson. Gibson to third. 1 out. Infield in for Gary Thurman. Here in the 9th. 5-7. Strikeout. Bottom of the 8th, rather. I'm sorry. Olson with 2 strikeouts. Back to normal depth is the infield. George Brett comes up. Nothing on the D20. The pitch from Olson, 4-10. Single to right, and the Royals take the lead. George Brett, RBI single in the 8th. Breaks the deadlock. Brings up Danny Tartable. Nothing on the D20. 4-7. And hard ground ball hits a second. That'll be a defensive check for Juan Bell. 4-4, 23-11. That's going to get through. That's going to send Brett to third. With a 1-base error, Brett's going to score on the error. Single. E4. Boom, boom. Single. Scores on the error. Unearned run. However, it is another one across for the Royals. They're up 3-1 here in the bottom of the 8th, and Greg Olson is coming out of the game. Orioles are going to bring in Todd Froworth. And we'll get the app back out so that way we can get his particulars. I've already got them. Balk 0, wild pitch 0. All righty. It's Todd Froworth. 2 outs, set to face Todd Benzinger here. Benzinger batting left-handed. Nothing on the D20 for Tartable at second. Here comes the pitch. 2-9, strikeout. Yeah, 2 runs across for the Royals. That is 3-1. We go to the top of the 9th, and it is do or die for Baltimore. Saberhagen back on the hill, facing the heart of the order for the Orioles, Cal Ripken, Sam Horn, Randy Milligan. However, just in case it comes up, they have Jeff Montgomery up in the bullpen. Just in case. All righty. Cal Ripken set to take Saberhagen's pitch. Top of the 9th. Do or die for the Orioles. 4-5. And that's going to be a fly ball to center field. Back goes Gary Thurman. Close to the warning track. Makes the catch. That's 1 away. Going to bring up Sam Horn, designated hitter. Lefty facing Saberhagen. They're going to make the move to Montgomery right now. Yep. Saberhagen's versus lefty kind of scared me. So we're making the move to Montgomery. Saberhagen went 8 1/3. Presumably for the win, unless the Orioles can tag Montgomery quick and a lot. Horn takes Montgomery's pitch. Lefty 6-7, and Horn draws a walk. So he is on. Runner on first, his second walk of the game. Randy Milligan now. Set to face Montgomery. They like the matchup. Nothing on the D20. Here's the pitch from Montgomery. 3-9, double over a single. And that is a double. That's going to get Horn to third. Men at second and third. 1 out. Cheeto Martinez. 1 swing of the bat could tie this up. And they'll, oh man, he's got decent 2 columns the whole way. Oh, what are we thinking? What are we thinking? Who's coming up? Leo Gomez. Okay, I've made this gutsy move before. Nat, Jerry, welcome. You guys are about to see a gutsy move, okay? Here we are, top of the 9th, 1 out, men at second and third. In Sam Horn and Randy Milligan. Jeff Montgomery on the mound, pitching relief of Brett Saberhagen. He has allowed runners to second and third. Cheeto Martinez is up. Leo Gomez is up after him. Jeff Montgomery, with 1 out in the top of the 9th, is walking the bases loaded. He sends Martinez to first. Leo Gomez comes up. They're hoping for the double play ball. Gutsy move. How do y'all like it? Gutsy move. Drama in the top of the 9th. Possible wild pitch. I don't have Montgomery's stuff. Oh, I keep you guys in suspense. I'm sorry about that. I'm really sorry about that. Hold on a minute. Possible wild pitch. Oh, man. I should have noticed he didn't have that on his card. Crudola. Kansas City. Kansas City. Kansas City, here I come. I go to Kansas City. Kansas City, here I come. While we're waiting, a little bit of bullpen music. Oh, no, wild pitch, 0-15. Balk, 0, wild pitch, 15. Possible wild pitch with the 1. It's an 11. It's a wild pitch. Everybody advances a base. The intentional walk was for naught. Run scores. We're back to runners on second and third. Bob Melvin is up after Leo Gomez. Now, you want to see gutsy? It's 3-2. You ready for gutsy? They walk Gomez. Bases loaded again. Bob Melvin at the plate. Gutsy, guys. You're never, yes, walks will haunt me, but watch this. Watch this. Right here. Larry Harris, how's it going? Top of the ninth. 1 out. Run already across. 2 intentional walks to load the bases. A wild pitch scores a run. Intentional walk to fill first again. Bob Melvin at the plate. 1 away. Top of the ninth. Orioles are down by 1. Jeff Montgomery on the hill, hoping not to roll a 1 again. He does not. Gets a sign in from Tim Spare. Here's the pitch. 3-9. Hard ground ball hit to shortstop. Dave Howard gets it to Shumpert at second. Over to Benzinger. Ends the game. Walks the bases loaded twice. Finally gets the ground ball double play on the second intentional walk. And the Royals come out on top. See, that's the kind of chances I like taking to make exciting baseball games with strat-o-matic. Right there, baby. Making it happen. I don't care that the Orioles lost. Oh, man. I love doing crap like that. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Your final score. Thank you, Jerry. I am the man. I appreciate that. It's awesome. Yes, walks will haunt me. They have haunted me, but more times than not, this has worked. Final score, Kansas City Royals of 1991, 3. The 1991 Baltimore Orioles, 2. Brett Saberhagen with the complete, now 8 and a third, but he struck out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Gave up only 1 run en route to the win. So I'm giving Brett Saberhagen play of the day. Yeah, playing for the double play. I've done it a couple of times, Anthony. I'll tell you what, it's something that I picked up on once. I saw it happening, and I was like, yes, I'm playing for the double play. Yes, Royals manager is the MVP. You mean I get player of the game? Do I get player of the game? Oh, guys, it means so much to me. Thank you, Mike. I appreciate it. Oh, that was fun. Yeah, betting on black on the roulette table. Thanks, Larry. Yay, I got player of the game. Woohoo! Oh, man. All right, I'll tell you what. I don't want to have a half-hour break between now and the next game. So Game 7, I'm going to roll at 9:15. So I'm going to go ahead and get now so I can burn a butt, get the next game ready, and we'll get it off and get it on the books as soon as we can. So, guys, this is Chris, Strat-o-matic Delaware, the crowd, the true MVP of this stream, you guys in the chat. Most valuable peoples. Guys, this is Chris, Strat-o-matic Delaware. Take care and keep on rolling.